Hi, welcome to this week's episode of Hometown Haunts. I am Kurt Richardson. I am the director of the Indiana Paranormal Society. Our website is www.indianaparanormal.us. My co-host this week, along with the ghost again, is Andrea. She is our treasurer. She is our research lady for the group. Tour guide, whatever she fills in a lot, trainer, does wherever we need.
Keeper of lore.
Keeper of lore. This week's episode, we decided we're going to just wing it a little bit. We're going to be talking a lot about the places that we've been to, some of the haunted locations that we've got to hunt at, some of the paranormal experiences we believe we've had. I guess we'll start off with the very first one. First one's going to be Munchkin Land. Munchkin Land is an old church and graveyard up in Niles, Michigan. The reason it's called Munchkin Land is people claim they see little 3-foot sand people Ewok looking things from Star Wars with red glowing eyes there.
Those are Jawas, those aren't Munchkins.
Well, I'm not up on my Star Wars lore,
the Munchkins
sorry.
are from the Lollipop Guild and the Wizard of Oz.
Well, they're small, so they call them Munchkins.
Midgets are scary.
Very scary.
Yes.
Creepy little people.
I know where the story came from. It started out, I heard the story back when I was with my ex-wife. One of her friends had told us. Oh yeah, she was very scary.
That's where the body is.
They told us the story, and we spent about 2 weeks going out every night looking for the place. Only thing we knew is that it was off of Old Indian Lake Road. If anybody knows anything about Niles, Michigan, there's actually 2 Indian Lake Roads up there. There's an old one and a new one. So we spent 2 weekends every night for about 2-3 hours just driving up and down these roads looking for the place, going down dirt roads. Finally we found the place, and when we first got there, when you would pull into the driveway area in the front of the church, as your headlight beams of your car passed in front of all the trees there in the forest, somebody had tacked up little red reflectors up in the trees. So it looked like there was like 100 little pairs of eyes all throughout the trees. So I'm sure that's exactly where the story came from. They've since been all taken down. The stories with the place is that apparently a boy and a girl either killed themselves or were killed in the basement. I say that because they slit their wrist and somebody had wrote their names in blood on the wall. Again, this story cannot be proven. We have no facts to back this one up. This is just, hearsay and stuff. This is the legends of the area. The other legend is that the preacher that built the church actually hung himself in a tree out behind the church. That tree has since fallen over, but it is still there, if you would like to see it. The only things that we can't actually confirm that we've actually got documented proof of is that back in the 1960s and early 1970s, there was several unexplained fires in the church that started up. One of the newspaper reports actually said that there was a fire started in the offering plate as it was being passed around, as they're taking collections up. This is reported in the local paper. The church was shut down. It has since been rebought by another group, and they are restoring the church. Some of our experiences up there, and it's one of the places that we always get activity at. It's one of the main places that I've actually seen stuff at. One of the only places I ever actually run. Me and a buddy had went up there. There he goes. Me and a buddy had went up there, and it was the middle of the night. We got out of our cars, and we were gonna go, do a little impromptu ghost hunt. We had just got to the gate of the cemetery when, right in the center of the cemetery, a spotlight came on. It was going straight up into the sky, and it lit up the entire cemetery. We couldn't see anybody. The spotlight seemed to be coming from behind a tombstone. We didn't stay around to investigate. We got out of there. I mean, it was just the 2 of us. We didn't want to put ourselves in any danger or anything. One of the few times I actually ran.
Coward.
We've been there several times. We always get EVPs up there. We've gotten a few no's. We've got a few chanting EVPs while we've been there. Some of our sensitives in the group sense that they've seen faces up in the bell tower of the church. We've actually got photos on the website, if you look, that shows faces up in the tower. They're a little hard to see in the photos that we got, but we got a few more that's been really clear. I've been inside the church. I've actually seen the basement area. It's just a nice place to hunt. You guys had any experiences or anything up there?
I've never really gotten anything from there. Except
What
some
about you, Mr.
orbs.
Ghost?
I am an experience.
I've gotten orbs.
I've gotten a lot of orbs. There was a lot of pictures. I believe one of the former members of our group had a lot of mist up there around us.
Yeah, I have seen misty pictures.
That with gas.
That was a lot of gas, if that's what that was. Some of these pictures that we show, some of the pictures that we show we will have on the website. I'll actually post them in the same. I'll post them in the same thread as this episode is going to be listed as, so you can see them. Okay, well then let's go on to the next one, the place that we have, Bertrand. I believe Mr. Ghosty here has had some nice experiences out there.
Some great experiences there.
Yeah, you want to tell us about some of the experiences you had at Bertrand?
You didn't say it have to speak.
Huh?
No?
You didn't say it have to speak.
Please speak.
Please
Spirit.
speak. We want to hear your stories from the other side.
Actually, I don't have a lot of stories to tell there. Everything happened to the people I was there with.
There was an Indian graveyard there originally, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
then there was a mission built in that area. And one thing you notice when you're in the cemetery is the trees have been cut so the branches point inward. And I believe there's like 4 century trees around this area. And supposedly that was done by the Native Americans that were in that area, and the trees actually point to that square where the people are buried in. And of course, being Native American, it's unmarked graves.
There's also the story of something that walks around the outer perimeter whenever someone's there.
Mhm.
And you
Actually, we've experienced that the last time we
you
went.
can feel its presence going around and
Mhm.
just kind of pacing like a hungry dog or something like that. But it can't seem to cross over to where you're at.
It's always on the outside of the cemetery, walking around in the trees in the forest area. You'll see shadows moving. A lot of stuff will be, you catch out of the corner of your eye. When you look at it directly, it'll disappear. We've seen...
It's also known to have a foul odor, much like Kurt when he's had chili.
yeah, that was some good chili. Yeah,
That was bad after effect.
Yeah. We've seen some shadows move out of some shadow people. The last time that we were actually out there, one of the members of our group actually saw a shadow person run between a tree and a wood pile they had sitting out there. There was no noise. I mean, there was leaves on the ground. There was nothing that, we could hear. But he did see the shadow move.
One of the last times I was there, I was walking with another member, and we thought we just felt something to the left. And when I took pictures, you couldn't see any mist visibly, but on the pictures there's a mist, really heavy mist. And that night, they're posted on our website, we got some really strange, like mist up in the trees, and really strange, like swirly mist. And no one was smoking, there wasn't any fog, there wasn't any frost in the air, it was just, it's all that was caught on film, there was nothing that was visible to the naked eye. And the shadow, also the shadow people, there's an area there that was originally the base for the mission. I think it was a school.
Yeah, old school.
Yeah, old schoolhouse on the mission. And
That
there's
big plaque up there
sometimes,
that tells the story of
there's
Get out of the shadows.
there's a historical plaque there. Again, that's on our website too. You can read that, and you will occasionally see shadows or shadow people possibly outside that foundation. But I don't know if it's just sacred and they can't cross in. That seems like a safe place to be in there.
Okay, let's go into our next spot. I think we all have stories here. We can't reveal the name of this place. Only thing we say is that it's an old high school that was recently renovated. We got a lot of activity there before the place was renovated. We've got a few things that's happened afterwards. One of my favorite stories in there was just this last time we had went. I had taken one of my buddies in, and
Bitch slap high.
oh yeah, we had all been investigating up in the loft above the stage area, what used to be the stage, and we had been up to the crawl spaces and stuff. And we were just having fun investigating, snooping around. He came down before we did, and he's a new member. He's been through training. He's been on a couple of hunts, but he's never actually had an experience himself. He was trying to provoke the ghost. He kept trying to call the ghost out, come do something to me, touch me,